Hey, hi. Welcome to Enterprise.net channel. Today we are going to learn about the CQRS plus mediator. So, what is CQRS? CQRS is nothing but the command query responsibility segregation. So, basically, it's used to separate the both the commands and the queries in your code base. So, what is meant by command? A command is nothing but the create a task or place an order, update and profile. Basically, it's change the data when you wanted to change the data in your database. Those things we call as a command. What is meant by query? Query is nothing but show me my task or show me my orders or show me my profile kind of things. Basically, if you wanted to read the data from the database, we are using the query. Commands change the data and query read the data. That is the main difference between the commands and the queries. So figure pattern is nothing but we are going to separate these two features from the code base. Okay, instead of putting all them together. That's how the CQRS pattern will work. So we can separate them together. How to communicate with those things? How can we send the messages? How we can send the request to the those things? Like how can I send the request to the command code or the query code? So to overcome this problem, we are using the mediator here. Mediator is nothing but take a real-time example, the post office. So we are you are just drop an mail in the mailbox. So you're not gonna handle that to the recipient, right? So there's a post officer is there, so he can take care of that one where it has to reach to the particular destination. Similar way, whenever the controller is basically here, it's to send the message to the mediator. That's it. Mediator, it's delivered to the handler. Handler will take care of that particular job. That's how the mediator pattern will work. So you think about it. You might be understanding the small application why this mediator will use it. So small applications, it doesn't make any big difference, but in big applications, on the real time applications, the mediator pattern is very important to separate the queries and the commands to maintainability of the code and the reusability to readability. Okay, so we can't put everything in combined code. We have to separate them. In the APS, basically we use this period pattern. We have to clearly understand that query job and the command job to separate it. So like that, it will handle the CQRS and the mediator. So what is the difference? Common difference we will see about the command and the query. The main thing, the commands are used for the change the data, means modify the data in the database or adding the new record in the database. For the perspective, we use the commands. For the query is nothing but just read the data. Whatever the data present in the database, we just read the data from the database and show them to the user. This is all the get methods and the commands is all for the post methods. That's it. That's the main difference between the commands and the queries. Okay. Now, before going to the practical, we are I will show them the main important files which we are built for the small task API. Here we just show the basic example how the CQRS will work and how the mediator pattern will separate the both the commands and the queries. That's it. We are not gonna integrate it with the database right now. We are storing everything in memory storage. So these are all the files which we already created. It just showing them in the slide. The task items is the plain model. Whatever the data we wanted to store the data in the database or get the data, that will shown in the task items. And the create task commands plus handler, which is used for the command thing. I mean the creating the new task, and the get task queries plus handler, which is used to list all the tasks from the task list. That is used for that get method. and main thing controller which is used for handling the basic entry of the particular route. When you hit the particular route like http get or http post, the controller will hit, and from the controller we are connecting to the mediator pattern, and the mediator which will send that particular message or particular request to the particular commands, whether it might be the get or post. Like that it will work. Let's go. I will show the code how we can do this together, CQRS plus a mediator together. Yeah, like I'm using the VS Code. I'm not you can use the VS 2026 or 2022 as you need. I'm using the VS Code right now, and this is the task API, which is the small application or small web API which I built to demonstrate for the CQRS mediator only. And This is the folder structure which I follow. This is very important to make sure everything under the folder structure. The command folder which is used for the command files, and this is the controllers, then the data, models, and the queries. So let's go one by one. This is the model one. I don't wanted to write the code line by line. It will take a lot of time. I will explain the main core concepts. I will give the Git repository so you can download, and you can run it on your end. You can practice on your end later. So this is the first model class. It's just a model class we are declaring of GUID, the title which we wanted to change. I mean, which we wanted to add the particular title. Right now we are going to do that title only from the request, and is it done or not, and created at date time. Okay, these are all the four properties which we added for the basic model class name called the task item. It's just a model class, and this is the data class. Right now this is the like this way we are going to do for the real database right now. Okay, in this video we just focus on the CQRS plus mediator only, right? So we are not going to EF core setup right now. So whenever we are going to EF core setup, this will is a very important, which will act like as a repository pattern basically. Right now repository pattern is nothing but putting all the methods like add or get or the methods. Yeah, we can discuss that pattern in upcoming videos. Right now this is the how the real database we are integrated like this way. So this add method, which is used to add the data to this task items. The task item is nothing but the class which we declare in the model, right? So which contains all these properties. So this is a task, and this is the get all method which is used to get all the data from the task list. Like this, we are going to store this data in memory, not in the database. Right now we are storing everything in the in memory only, not in the database. There is no database integration right now. We are just concentrating only on the CQRS plus mediator right now. Let's go to the main code, that is the create task command. So what is basically here we are using we are using the create task command record, which we are sending the title here, right? So the title is we are sending the particular title from the request. So once we send the particular title, why you are sending this one to insert this particular title into our record, right? So for the perspective we are creating the command called create task command. It's expecting the GUID as a return type. This is written the GUID. Okay, that's the thing, the step one. And step two is the handler part. I request handler. We This is the interfaces which we using the mediator. We just imported using the mediator, so then it will be work. So this will automatically finds the class actually. So you can see now we are sending the parameter, I mean the what is the parameter, we just add it over here. Create task command. Create task command is the what, the particular record which we wanted to execute to create the new task item, that is the title, right? So whenever we are sending this particular title to uh, I mean we are whenever in the program we just call the create task command with the parameter is the title, then this and the handler is automatically taking care of it. Automatically it detect that particular title, and it will work automatically. We are not declaring it anywhere here, right? So this particular handler will work to have to work. We are not declaring anything. That's the mediator will work. That's the handler part. So make sure we need to send the exact record or class name what we wanted to modify. Here the create task command is the thing which I need to perform. So that particular thing I will add it over here, and this is the return type what I'm sending back to is a GUID. Okay, sometimes it might be the some response data class as well. In real time projects, we are not simply gonna send the titles every time. In real time projects, we are sending the entire request. Take example, this is the request body, I mean request body. We are sending lot of fields in the request. Those request we are instead of string we just add the task items kind of thing as well in the real time. I'm not confusing right now. I'm just for the for the understanding the CQRS. I'm just sending as a single title, and after receiving the single title, as you can see, simply handle part will automatically works. You can see the create task command, which is the request what you are getting from the request or title. We just add all the business logic inside the handle. Okay, what we wanted to do actually for the create task command, we wanted to create the new record with the title what we are sending from the request. That is what we are doing right now. So right now we are not connecting to the any database right now. We just creating the new task item to the list of task items. So one of the item which we are creating, the ID is a random GUID, and the title we followed from the request, and is done and created by the date time. Okay, those parameters we append right now. The name it called as a task, and we simply add the particular task into the store. Store is nothing but our task store which we declare underneath the data folder. So which can take care of adding the particular task to the list of the task item. So like that, right now we are just in memory thing we are doing right now. So we are just adding the particular task item to the list of the task right now using this mediator pattern. This is the create task command, how this is work. And second one is the queries. Queries is nothing but getting the data from the particular database or particular in memory data. Similar way, similar record, get task queries. Here there is no request parameter, so we just simply call the get query. And what is the return type is expecting is a list of task item, because we are fetching all the list of we want it wanted to get all the data, right? So similarly, the return type should be list of the task item. Okay, here what we are adding, we are just adding the single record to the list of the task item. Now we are trying to fetch whatever the present in the list of the task item. We are just returning back to the user. That's it. So you can see simply the handler, as you can see clearly right now, right? The I request handler, what is the type you have mentioned? Get task queries. Whenever we hit this particular record, the handler will take care of that one. And inside this handle you can add whatever the business logic you wanted to return. Right now this logic is used to send all the data whatever present inside the task store. We store it previously, we are just showing everything to the user. That's it, right? So yeah, that's how the queries work. Let's go to the controller. This is the where main our application will start. Okay, whenever the API routing and controllers, will discuss that in the future videos detailing what is control based controllers and everything we will learn future videos. Now let me show you quickly about HTTP post and HTTP guest. Whenever the post request and get request get, this particular task will take care of. Okay, whenever the post request is nothing but adding the particular title to the list. So we're getting from the data from the from body, and after getting the request, request dot title which is present title what you wanted to add in the task list. So we can simply, as you can see, the await mediator dot send command is there, right? So what it will be do, it will automatically uh, detect which command is going to perform, right? So create task command which you already created, and that particular instance you already created here, right? So that particular command you are sending using the mediator dot send, so it automatically calls to the create task command, and it's automatically create gets the request, and it's creating the new record and insert that into the uh, task store. That's how the insert will work. How the get will work, get is nothing, just a simply we just call the get task queries. Get task queries is used to get all the data whatever present right now. Okay, that's how we are showing that to the user. That's a pretty simple, much small application. Make sure we should register that mediator in the program.cs, so it will, otherwise it won't work. It will take care of. So we are not returning any manually coding, right? Like of the particular command, particular query we need to do nothing at all. By adding a add mediator, so it will work automatically, depends upon the type which you mention in the I controller here. Like I'll show you quickly. Yep, I request handler. Whatever you mention it over the particular record type, that will handle automatically. Like that it will work. Yeah, similarly we added the task store in the add a single term. It's a dependency injection concept I'm not covering in this video. There, that is we are further going videos we can cover everything with the detail, and the swagger and map controllers, everything we will cover in the future videos. Now only thing right now I am showing is like this approach. We are separate them in the folder structure, as you can see the commands and queries. Okay, like this way, this pattern which is used to separate the both the queries and the commands using the mediator pattern. Yeah, using .NET Run, you can run the application directly. Just download the file and just make sure you have the .NET 10, and in that in the terminal or in the command prompt, just go to the particular path of the task API and just hit the .NET Run. Then application will run in the localhost 5000, and you go to the Swagger, and after going the Swagger, as you can see the two APIs which we created right now. One is the post one and one is the guest one. So first let me create a post one. As you can see the title which I'm declaring, we need to add the title over here. Like take example, hello world. Okay, I'm just wanted to add this particular hello world task, right? So I'm just simply hit the execute. Now I can see the status code 200 means which is a successful, and the response ID which I create uh, GUID which is created. Okay, so like that we inserted one record, right? So let me get that particular record again. Okay, try it now. Just hit that particular endpoint. So as you can see now, the response, okay, 200 record. Previously, I inserted that hello CQRS. Now I insert the hello world. You can see the data which we created, right? This is the list it's a coming from the in memory. Okay. This is for the post operation and this is for the get operation. Like this, the CQRS and the mediator together will work to code the maintainability thing. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts, just uh, comment down and I will check and I will give the response as soon as possible. Okay. Thank you for watching.